Engadine West Public School community. Happy New Year, happy new school year to you. Lovely to be talking to you once again, and I hope that the holidays saw some opportunities for you to connect with family. I hope people weren't unwell, but if you were unlucky enough to catch COVID, I hope it didn't impact on you or your activities too much. Today I have some information for you. I've got information on what's new in our school when we return and what's continuing at the beginning of this term. So here we go. Well, what's continuing? Let's start with that first of all, because that's what's so familiar with us all. First of all, when students return, we will all be still cohorting in the playground like we did at the end of last year. So students in stage 1 will be in the playground in an area together, stage 2 will be together, stage 3 will be together, and of course our new kindergarten students, they will mix together during their playground time. If for any reason you need to come up to the school, please ensure that you use the QR check-in, which is on the building or inside the office. Mandatory for everybody to still check in until those regulations change as announced by our Education Minister. We still have restricted access to our school for parents and carers, so we ask that in the morning you drop off at the school gates, and of course any student who is a little bit worried about coming to school in the morning, please bring them to the Buckle Avenue gate where teachers will be able to support you and your child. We'll also be continuing our staggered release of students in the afternoon, but with one small change. So we'll keep sending kindergarten children home at 3:15 p.m. But we're going to flip it, and then we're going to start at 3:20 with years 5 and 6, 3:25 with years 3 and 4, and then at the normal 3:30 bell, we'll have year 1 and 2 students going home. And we've decided to make that small change. This allows our year 5 and 6 students who have to collect their mobile phones from the office to be able to get them and not be stressed about making sure they get to the bus on time. So I hope that suits everyone. And a reminder that when you pull up on Buckle Avenue, if that's how you're going to pick up your children, could you please come at those staggered times? It really helps with our traffic flow. And please don't be offended once again if I or one of our other teachers asks you to move on and do a lap to come back. It just helps with the traffic flow in the afternoon. Enhanced cleaning will continue at our school to ensure a COVID smart environment is maintained. And of course, we continue with appropriate ventilation in all of our learning areas at school. Mask wearing continues for our staff, both inside the classrooms and on school grounds. And any parents and carers who come to the school, you are requested to make sure you're wearing a mask as well. The latest information that I have also recommends students to wear masks at school. That's of course, once again, totally your choice. If you require some smaller surgical style masks, we have some of those at school. If you let your classroom teacher know, we have a limited supply, but we can certainly give your child one of those masks, no problem. All staff at our school continue to be double vaccinated, as well as our canteen staff and volunteers in our uniform shop. We will continue at this stage with our assemblies being in the virtual space, and I'll have to get my thinking cap on, won't I, to think up some new and interesting ways to present the awards this term. So what's new at our school? Even though we do have many of the restrictions continuing, because of the new strain of the virus that we're dealing with at the moment, we do have some additional restrictions in place. You'd already be aware, obviously, about the rapid antigen test kits that are available for use, and we recommend that students are tested on a regular basis Monday mornings and Wednesday mornings prior to attending school. And of course, if the result is negative, come to school as normal. We want you at school. If the result is positive, then contact Service New South Wales and register that positive result and isolate for the recommended amount of days. It's anticipated when we come back to school that a number of students and potentially a number of staff will come in contact with the virus and return a positive test. Where that happens and we have a number of staff or classroom teachers who are unable to continue teaching classes, please expect that there will be a mix of teachers potentially teaching the class of your child. We hope to maintain all classes and we hope to be able to staff all classes with either our current staff at the school or visiting staff. But bear in mind that if a number of staff are unable to attend, unable to teach, then we may have to mix up how we do our classes. Also, if there are a number of students in a class who are unable to attend and we have very small numbers in a number of classes, within a stage we may collapse those classes and teach them together. Each day we'll be working out what we need to do to maintain as much as possible that continuity of learning for your children. Years 3 to 6 parents and parents of students who are turning 8 this year, you're probably wondering what's going to happen with our swimming carnival. At this stage, we are going to risk assess our swimming carnival when we get back to school and decide how we're going to proceed with that. The same is for our Year 5 camp at this stage. When we return to school, we'll be risk assessing it to see how we can possibly continue with that event as well. Really important for all parents, the Seesaw note is going to come home for you to be able to connect with your child's class teacher, and that will be, in addition to this sort of communication, that will be the first port of call for communication between your child's class teacher and you. So as soon as you get that note, could you please respond to it and ensure that you sign up and connect with the class Seesaw for your child. On day 1, when students come back in years 1 to 6, which is on Tuesday, the 1st of Feb, we are inviting all students to come back into the playground and cohort in the areas with their stages. So this year's years 1 and 2, your area is the C-Top playground. This year's year 3 and 4, when you come to school on Tuesday, the 1st of February, your area will be out the back grass, and yours is the western side. For years 5 and 6, when you come back on that same morning, your area is out the back on the grass and on the eastern side. Kindergarten 2022, when you finally start school, you will cohort together in the area outside the kindergarten classes, but I'll be providing more information as an update for you next week prior to your actual start date on Monday the 7th of February. There will of course be other school activities that we will risk assess as we are going through this term, and of course we'll communicate with you any changes or any updates as they go. For now, that's it. Look forward to seeing all of you when we start school on Tuesday, the 1st of Feb for years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 this year. And of course, kindergarten, your regular best start appointments are continuing this week coming, and then we look forward to seeing you start school on Monday, the 7th of Feb. Until then, everyone take care and see you really soon.